Zach, it's been a little bit since we talked to you. So just how is the interior depth building on the defensive line, and are you guys, kind of grouped off into starters and backups right now?
No, sir. We all work together. We really don't see who's the starter. We all switch around, see who can play with who, and sometimes we out there having fun with it.
Zacch, obviously last year you guys, you win a game, you lose a game, it was a little up and down, and then obviously you win the bowl game and cap things off well. But, going into this year, I guess what goes into maybe building some of that consistency? What goes into, winning, maybe at a bigger clip and sort of matching expectations and things like that, at least internally?
Really, that's what we're working on as a team right now, because we have ups and downs, and we're trying to stay consistent. We always have a game where we play amazing, and that's another game that we were like, oh, we had it, but this is the reason why we lost the game. So we're trying to stay consistent on what we do.
Zach, where do you feel like your game is right now that you're weeks away from starting, I guess, your senior season in South Carolina?
I feel comfortable right where I'm at, but it's still something to improve on. I'm with Coach Lindsey every day. About to meet with him right after this, probably at 4 o'clock. Not right after this, but to pick his brain, see what some stuff that I could work on and to grow, really.
Your 2 scrimmages in now, you've had both of them now. What do you think the biggest kind of growth was for either defensive line or the team from the first scrimmage to that second one last Saturday?
The first one we definitely played as a team. I say the second one we didn't play as together, but we still did good, but we didn't play as how we usually play. So that's one thing we're trying to, as a defense for us, we're trying to be top 5, top 3. So that's the only thing we were trying to do this year.
Zach, going off of that scrimmage that you guys had the other day, was there anything you saw from the offense compared to that first scrimmage that you were particularly impressed by from the defensive perspective?
They did a lot of movement. I'm trying to figure out how we was gonna stay with it. We was just running sideline to sideline, just tired. So that's one thing we trying to work on too. Start getting so gassed.
Hey, Zach, you being obviously a veteran on this team at this point, what kind of things are you and maybe some of the other veteran defensive linemen kind of telling the younger guys as you get into week 1 and as you get ready to, start conference play not soon after that?
Really just to basically stay hungry. Whenever your number is called, just be ready. I know right now as a little guy, it's not going to be like their time like it was when we had camp. Camp, anybody could play, but now game time, mainly we're probably going to be in. But main thing that they take out of it is how we work and what we do, and just take something out of that.
Zach, what have you seen from a guy like Boogie in terms of what he can kind of be this year?
Boogie could be an amazing player. I'm kind of glad he's right beside me. We get to work off each other. Sometimes we help each other. Sometimes we not on the same page, but that's what was practice for. And we're finally clicking, so we finally got something to go together, and now we're just up rolling, having fun with it now.
You mentioned Coach Lindsey a second ago. Just what has he meant to your game?
Coach Lindsey meant everything. He was kind of second reason why I came back, because he saw the potential I had, and he's always got something new for me, something to try, something that he know I could do. We start doing stuff on the board, let me get used to that, trying to bring up formations, and really just being a great coach to me.
You yourself talked at SEC Media Days about trying to improve your pass rushing a little bit. You said that's kind of the feedback you got from the NFL scouts you talked to. How has that kind of gone, and what have you seen from these pass rushers as a whole? We're getting down to the gritty. We actually look pretty good, and everything I've tried to take from Coach Lindsey, I tried on the field. If it doesn't work, go straight to a bull. Something, just have a little counter to it. I didn't really have a counter myself, and now I finally have something I can counter off if my pass rush doesn't work.
Zach, we're 2 weeks in. What have you seen from the O-line group so far?
They work together. That's one thing. Right or wrong, if one wrong, they all or correct themselves. Like E-Dub, Gwen, Dylan, Vershawn, Jalen, they all work together as one unit, and that's amazing. Like if they feel like something coming, they're like out. They're very sound, and that's one thing I like about them, going against them every day.
Zacch, you mentioned Coach Lindsey was the second reason you came back to Carolina. What was number one, if you don't mind me asking?
Graduated. I knew if I didn't get that graduating, I probably wouldn't have came back. And I definitely had to get that, make sure Mama happy. That's the only thing. I wanted Mama to be happy. I get it.
Zacch, TJ Sanders was in here talking about how you kind of have a switch, that the Zacch off the field is not the same as the Zacch on the field. When did that first develop, and how hard is it to go from being what you kind of look like off the field to what you are on the field?
Just it's a mindset that I had to grow into. At first, I was playing, didn't really know what it meant to have an on switch and off switch. Like when you're on the field, that's when everything switches. Like you try everything you want to try at practice, and after practice, you have fun, joke around. Like how you was feeling at practice, we don't try to hold anything off of practice. Like if I'm mad at you at practice, I'm not gonna be mad at you when we're here because it was on the field. And that's one thing I've tried to learn, to have all my anger out on the field and then be fun and cool when I'm not on the field. If that makes sense. All right. Thank you, guys.